Hello, hello. I can't believe we are on session 4. It went so fast, and I appreciate that you are all here. Comment again on the video. I hope I answer all your questions. If you need to have a call with me, just please, we can talk about it, and I will be more than happy to schedule a call with you if you have any questions or if you need some support. That's why this week we are doing this work. So we went through a lot of stuff. I hope it's not overwhelming for you, but rosacea is just so complex that I want to just give you always one peak of information that you can like explore if you think this is where you have to go. And today we're talking about habits. I know you might think, well, how habits are really linked with rosacea, and they are hugely linked because in general, just healthy people have different habits to the sick people or people with some chronic disease, and rosacea is chronic disease. And so that's why I want to share with you how you can improve it, and you can start doing things from today. Again, there will be homework thread, and be active because we will next week we will announce with Nicole one winner that can really join our rosacea healing program, that the year-long journey when you can really do some healing and really transform your life for better. And so quickly what we went through. So we were talking about insulin resistance. So sugar is something that needs to go. It's something that we all have to if you need some sugar hacks, this is my field. I had sugar addiction myself, so I can help. If you need to cut sugar, I can guarantee I can help you with that. And that's part of the inflammation and part of the healing journey with rosacea, because if we don't have, as I told you before, the metabolic health in check, we cannot do the other stuff because the body will be still inflamed. We talked about the mice the other day. I told you how the research is booming about how we can really we can modify the gut microbiome, and majority of us will have microbiome that is not ideal, and that the bad bacteria can be too many of them can be there. We talked about gut microbiome yesterday, so if you didn't look at the session yesterday, session 3, tune in. We talked about as well about leaky gut. This is the healthy lining, and this is the leaky gut. You see the holes that it can happen if we eating processed food, if we are stressed, if we have too much of environmental toxins, and much more gluten, sugar, alcohol, all that stuff. But not only food, as well the how we live our life, what we breathe, what we drink, how we talk to ourselves, and excuse me. And tomorrow I will be talking about a journey, how you can get there, how you can really improve your rosacea. Excuse me. So definitely tune in that session. I'm sorry. I'm talking from the morning on the camera, and I think my voice just said, okay, that's it. So today we're talking about habits. And I will guarantee you that if you will be honest, and if you'll be really vulnerable and really say, well, am I doing it or not, you will find few things that you can be doing better. It was for me as well. It's always very hard to do the first scary step. It's like I told you so many things we should be doing. It's like, oh, that means that I will not have pizza night with my friends. Well, that's always the risk and benefits. If you want to heal your skin, maybe you will not have it for few weeks, or I cannot have beer with my buddies. So these things we always have to put in consideration, because they are, we know from science that if people, so I tell you on one example that is studied really well, if people want to get healthier, they need to be surrounded with healthy people. If people like to lose weight, they have to be environment where are lean people. That's how it works. We are hugely influenced in our environment. Is the family, is the circle of friends, is environment when we work. It's all, and it's place when we, this place as well, the community, the what you read and all this. So I understand that the first step can be very difficult, but I can guarantee you that after you do this detox, that really, when you cut out the sugar, carbohydrates, the chemicals, it will be so worth it, because your skin, you will see immediately on your skin. So it's something that I'm really so passionate about, because I'm a living proof of it. And so I don't want to take more time, because we have a lot on today. So let's dive in. So again, just believe that you can do that. You have to imagine this. You have to imagine that. So I don't know if you have picture from before when you didn't have this skin disease. So try to find it and try to imagine that you can touch your skin, that it will be nice and smooth. That's what actually one of my clients, I was talking with him this morning, and he said, we were talking as well about the sun, and he said that before, when he playing tennis, he was red, like immediately in the sun. And I said, so are you red now? And he really said, because we were discussing it yesterday, he said, actually, no, actually, I'm not red now. So yeah, it's another one that says, so that's again, when I want to circle back that when we really push down the inflammation, when we create more health in the body, more balance, more homeostasis, all these things they just work, and they will just settle down by themselves, because we don't know yet the pathophysiology, like what influence what. But I can tell you that everybody who heal rosacea fully, or they really improve their skin, the sun exposure is much much more tolerant. And as well, the other stuff is that he told me, so I can touch my skin, I can feel my skin finally. And I said, wow, this is amazing. So those are the things that you might forget, because you are in this everyday cycle, that like your skin is awful, so you don't touch it, you don't feel it, you don't give the love. But this is where we have to start. We have to give the nurture and the love, and just love it, because it's crying for help. That's crying for help, the face. So as I said, I'm not psychologist, I cannot tell you all these answers, but I can tell you from my own experience, and from experience that people that I help, whatever it was, in this integrative health coaching space, that always you have to start with love, because even cooking food with love will taste different. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that's what we know. So I want to start today with something that you might heard about before, but it's so important pillar, because light influence our health in a big way. I'm not talking about the science. There is a huge scientist, Andrew Huberman from Stanford, and there's so many studies that they study, and we talk about circadian rhythm. So many studies showing that if we are not with sync with circadian rhythm, we run a really dangerous path that can really lead us to inflammation, to troubles with this skin that we have today. And so I want to really shed light a little bit and tell you what to do, so you can start doing it from today. So what is circadian rhythm? By the way, tell me who is here, because sometimes I can't see the messages. Yesterday I couldn't see it, but maybe today I will see it. So let me know who is here, so I know if I can. I don't think I will be able to answer some questions, but I can always do some live calls, so I can answer it later. I just put my phone. I'm sorry. I just put it that I can see messages here. The technique, I'm not very good with techniques, but let's see. I'm live here. Oh dear. Okay, good. Okay, so circadian rhythm. So the yes, I'm on. Okay, good. Oh, hi everyone. Oh, it's so nice. It's like the Zoom was so creating such a problems last week. So I thought that I will do it here in Facebook, but it will be so nice to see your faces. I'm just looking at the green light here, but I know you're there, and I know you are watching. So it's just that's makes me happy. All right, so let's get onto it, because we have a lot on today. So circadian rhythm. I don't know if you can see this picture. I put it like this. So basically, what is circadian rhythm? The light and dark is a cycle. So we have sun that comes in and out, up and down, and that's the light-dark cycle that is generated in the brain and drives the production of the melatonin. I'm sure you are familiar with melatonin. It's the hormone that really the secretion is either suppressed with the light, or it's produced by dark. And there are certain, we don't go to that too much in deep, but I'm sure you heard about it before. But I just want to show that this melatonin is produced in our brain, and so when the light goes in the eye, the information is the visual information. It goes to the brain, and then from the brain goes to the whole body, because every cell in the body has a clock. So is there here some night shift workers? Because this is night shift workers will have, I'm sure they can share their experience. But I remember when I was night shift worker, luckily I'm not anymore, you have to put a lot of effort to do this, right? And it's actually WHO now considering to putting the night shift workers as a like a risk workspace. So it's something that it's very important to have in place. And I want to start with this because it's just so important for so many physiological function, not only like sleep-wake patterns, but as well the melatonin influence the immune defense function, which we know with rosacea, we have immune issues. It doesn't work as we want. It's antioxidation processes. It influence the blood glucose regulation. When you have short night, when you have poor sleep, you will have more cravings. You will make wrong choices, and as well the blood coagulation enzyme system. So it's all influencing so many processes in the body. I don't go deep in this. I know it's some medical persons here, but if you want, really, just Andrew Huberman is the best. He is, and other guys who are in this field, who of course, me as an ophthalmologist, I'm absolutely obsessed with this, because I think we really overlook this. How important is it, the light? Because the light is really can heal as well, because it goes to everybody, every cell in the body. So it's absolutely critical that you go every morning. You have to bring the light information to your eyes as safe as you can. So before I tell you what to do, I forgot to mention this. So as I told you, that has influence on everything, immunity, or blood pressure, cell multiplication, which we need. We need healthy cells. We need healthy skin cells. The bone metabolism, all it's linked with everything else. So, and we have the cortisol is linked with melatonin as well. So if we have, we need cortisol in the morning, but then we need to have it low. The melatonin goes like this, goes about high when we want to go to bed, and then it just goes down when we are waking up. So it's super important to start here. And this is really simple hack. Everybody can do that. You have to just plan it. You have to put intention. People always say, well, I don't have time to do these things. We all have 24 hours. We have same time, and we just have to put intention in this, because some people, they just, they sleep too long, or just don't do that. And it's not that difficult. Just go before you do anything in the morning, to just really go out, because this if you go every morning and you bring the light information to your eyes, safe as you can, it's not good to stare into the sun. This will be something I would not advise for sure, because you can really damage your retina. But if you are really bringing this information, the light information to your eyes, safe as you can, so it means in the early morning, like before 7, So that the best is if you can see the sunrise and if you can see in the sunset, because those are like a really special length wave when we know that are really not only good for the circadian rhythm, but as well good for the eye. But what you can do is really just before you go, first thing you wake up, you really expose your eyes to the light, and this way you can really make sure that the information goes to the body, and the body knows that now is the time to work. So the liver enzyme will be producing on time. All these organs that has a clock will be working better. We've seen a lot of misregulation, dysregulation when the COVID happened, because suddenly people were home, and then you might as well consider that people, like maybe it was as well you, when the sleep was disturbed. And we know that rosacea patient, a lot of people with our diagnosis, a lot of us has sleep disturbances. As well, my colleague was saying the other day, Enkela, that she asked patients every single time, and because she's focusing on ocular rosacea, and she was saying she's asking every single time the patient, and a lot of patients have sleep disturbances, sleep disease, sleep disorders. So it's something that we have to really be careful. And as I said, never look straight at the sun when it's painful to look. Please don't do that, because you will damage your eyes. And the same is when I really encourage you to look in the morning in the light. The same is to really switch off all lights at the nighttime. So what you do is basically, when we have special cells in the eyes, and they can tell from where the sun is shining. If it's from the top, the eyes will know that it's still kind of from our past, that the sun is still shining, and from the bottom it's probably a fire or a firelight. So the eye knows if it's from the top, the eye still thinks and sends a signal to the body, it's a day. And this way, it's good idea to switch all the lights coming from the top, because if you really have sleep issues, this can really help you to put the sleep in order by doing switching off the lights that are coming from the ceiling, and really dimming the light. Special are good are the amber lights, or the lights that have red color or orange color. That's really the best. And so that's tip number 1 today. New habit is to go out, and if you have to drink your tea, the best is really early in the morning. That's the best. But the people who are night owls, I don't know what is the answer to that, because you really doesn't work if you go out at lunchtime. It's not safe to look at the sun. It's actually the time when you have to put sunglasses. So this has to be really done. It will be good for you, healthier for you, if you switch to the hours to mornings, because we know from studies that you will do much better in the body when you are waking up early and going to bed. Basically, be in sync with the sun cycle. So you learned this week about inflammation. You learn about oh, I'm sorry, my dog is doing something. Just a second. Okay, I think some workers came to do that. Okay, so we went through all the time this week. We went through inflammation. You know that there is anti-inflammatory diet and there is inflammatory diet. You learned that all the inflammatory food are the inflammatory food are the processed food, are the sugar, the gluten, the processed food with bad oils. I was talking about that in the first day, how is really crucial that we take that out of our life, not only improving your skin, but you will just feel so much better in your body. And this will as well improve your sleep, because that's why we have this thing, because a lot of things is out of order. Is not usually only one thing. It's very rare that it's one thing. And so you learn that. So it's important to, regarding habits that sticks, to always plan ahead. So what I do always, I do it still until this day. I have 1 day a week to prep. I always have him either, if I don't have time, I will summarize it in my head, or I just plan for a week and I actually pre-cook. You can prepare the vegetables. You can, because sometimes the cleaning vegetables it's time consuming, so I do all that. I prepare it in the fridge, so when I use it, it's really fast. So I want to I would like to encourage you more to do that. That's regarding the food. And really try to, I know we didn't talk about this much, but what I like to encourage you as well to, because some of you in the group yesterday said that you struggle with sugar. So again, I have to tell you this again, that whatever is in the kitchen or in the house, it's in your stomach. I can guarantee you that if you have cravings, you will just go through everything, and until you find what you want to have, even if it's, I know some people were hiding some candy from Halloween in some extra like washing machine. You go there and you will have it. So it must be out of the house. And so that's, and it works every single time. You do it 1 day, I know you don't have it, you read second day, and day 4 5 you will have less cravings, because if we crave what we eat. If you don't eat that sugar, you will not crave it. So that's why I wanted to, stop a little bit and tell you that really first thing is to go through the pantry and take everything that has sugar, 5 grams, 5 grams per 100 kilograms, 100 grams should be out. So 5 grams, so 1 teaspoon of sugar, it's on 100 grams. So if you look at the yogurt, the fruit yogurt, it's usually have like 5 spoons of sugar. So I think very often people eat sugar and they don't even realize it. The worst is the healthy smoothies. So people really make effort to drink these green smoothies, but they are loaded with sugar. And if they say they're sugar free, they will have apple concentrate, which is like no sugar, but apple concentrate is it's fueled with fructose that really will damage more your liver. And we know when we're healing rosacea, liver, we have to protect the liver. As I told you the other day, protect the liver and feed the gut. Diet is big chapter in this session, and it's not only, it's so complex, I cannot really give you a full that's why the program is 1 year, because we go through everything in such a deep sense that you will just know everything, and you will just apply it like this, and you will know your body so well that if you will not do any testing, because you will know exactly what food is good for you and what not. But we have to like take the weeds out. I remember when I was I did some quick, I healed my rosacea, but I had some quick job somewhere else. And I remember I was 1 month really didn't care about my diet, and I felt bad. I didn't have a relapse of my rosacea. I didn't, even after 1 month really not eating very well. But what I had was I was not in tune with my body. And it's something that we majority of us, we are not in tune in our body. And this is something that you will learn when you apply all these healthy habits. That's what I had to study after medical school, becoming a doctor, and then having rosacea. I had to study integrative medicine and functional medicine, because what I was doing, I was like, yeah, this is actually what functional medicine teaches. So I explore all this, so I can give you this now on silver plate, what I learn and what I really apply as well, helping people. And if you apply this, it works every single time. It's really just like, it's magic. It's amazing. And now we know actually from science that what we eat, what we think, what we do with our body, it's really works on it as well, as can influence as well our genetic expression. So we know that as well we can influence genes, which is like the big now the genetic epigenetic is a big field that we can explore. So yeah, so eating really, so stop eating processed food is one that really, cleaning the pantry, and instead having more plants and really good quality protein. Like if you have meat, if you have fish, always choose rather a smaller piece but really good quality that is not with hormones and antibiotics and harsh how they fed these days. It's just so sad. And then we are getting it in our body, and then our body is inflamed. So for example, if you're cutting gluten, you have to think as well that if you have cow that eating the no grains, of course it will be in the meat. So that's why people, if they cutting gluten, they don't do it proper, and then they surprised that didn't work, because all these nuances really matters. And so eating more plants is another pillar that I want. I always say, if people don't, so a question here: are everybody here cooks? Do you like to cook for yourself, or are you taking more like takeouts? So 1 till 10, tell me if you are. So 1 will be like most of the time you have takeouts, and 10 will be that you are cooking for yourself every single day and every single time when you don't go out much. I would love that. I would love that if you can share it, because this is really important for me to know what to talk you more. Because if you cook, Erin, great. 9, perfect. Yes, so that's great. So even if you say not 1, it's okay, because we can work with that. It's just if you have the will to do that is important, because we can learn everything, we can master. I'm telling you that if you see what I ate before and what I'm eating now, it's just 2 worlds. Anyway, so variety is key. I just quickly tell you, because we don't have time, but variety is key. Rainbow vegetables, fruits, veggies, legumes, nuts and seeds. With nuts and seeds, you have to be careful, because many of us, we have SIBO, we have IBS, and I had that, and I'm sure many of you can be undiagnosed as well, because it's something that we know that majority of people with IBS have no diagnosis. They just have here and there some bloating, some discomfort, but they do nothing with that. And so sometimes the nuts and seeds can be too heavy. But if you like nuts and seeds, please soak them. Every single time you have to soak them overnight with salt, and then wash them and then dry them. That's what I do with almonds every single time. And as well with walnuts, because walnuts are really high in mold and with yeast. So I think by doing that, I reduce it that little bit. And then I put all my nuts and seeds in the freezer. Even I buy the the other day I bought sunflower seeds. I put it as it is in a box into freezer, because it's so much fat content, it will never freeze. Same like flax seeds. I'm a lover of flax seeds. I never have them before, but since I have rosacea, I experimented. I realized that I will be low with omega-3, and flax seeds and hemp seeds are high in omega-3 fatty acids. There are different types of omega-3. I don't want to bother you with this, but this one is the ALA, and is high in flax seeds, and they're really good to have. And I have every day on my oatmeal. Or if I don't have oatmeal, I just put it everywhere. I put it on a yogurt. Sometimes I put hemp seeds on the egg. I just put, one day I tell you funny stories, because I'm exploring this nutrition for really a decade. And so I was exploring as well mushrooms, and I had this mushroom powder, I think it was chaga, and because it's as well anti-inflammatory and it's really good for immune system. And we know that we have to really work on the immune system with rosacea, because it's somehow damaged, it doesn't work properly. And so I was just putting on my oatmeal, and then my daughter saying, "But mommy, you are putting mushrooms on your oatmeal." So since then, my mix is as well chaga, because actually it tastes quite good. And I always get chaga from Maine. There's a source in Maine. There's a lady who always just give me some, and you can buy that as well on Amazon. So that's so funny. So mommy, you're putting mushrooms on your oatmeal. But since then I start doing it. Say, oh, it's actually tastes fine. So on the inflammatory diet is really the Mediterranean type. You have meat, you have fish. If you can choose some good fish, I know it's just all these here in America. It's very So it's easy to make, easy choice. With the processed food, is cheaper. But if you want to go, on the high antioxidant, high polyphenols food, it's just you just have to spend some money on it. So, but it's very unfortunate, but it's investment. I would always do that, because imagine that the food is information, and every bite that you have will influence your genetics. That's how it is. And so if you can, invest in a good food. And especially, you can as well have garden now. It's we have all the salads and all the leafy greens, kale. You can have in a little pot. It's like we can save as well. So but really make sure as well that you have antioxidant, because antioxidants really can prevent, delay, and repair some types of cell tissue damage. So same with the skin. I remember I told you the other day, that was when my skin was healed, but I stopped eating blueberries. And because I'll be soon 50, and obviously I can have already age-related changes on my skin. And I was looking, it's like there's a pigment here, or here actually, where the sun is shining. And I say, wow, this is the blueberries I'm not taking now, and I have now like age-related. So, and it went away when I start again applying these antioxidants and really the polyphenols, because this is important. Same with avocado. Sometimes some people will not tolerate avocado because they're still working on a gut health, and can not tolerate well. But leafy greens are great. Berries, all kind of berries. Sometimes if you have sugar cravings and you have berries with some dark chocolate, or it can be a lifesaver. Or if you have berries with white yogurt, full fat yogurt, it's wonderful. That's how my husband actually overcome his, because he did my program, different program, during COVID, because he was just eating too much of sweets. And that's how, when he was cravings, this was his go-to: yogurt with some nuts and seeds and berries, and flax seeds and all that. Turmeric is another one. Turmeric is really just like such a healing component, and you can have it either in powder. Actually, I can share with you. Shame I didn't took it here, but turmeric, the root, the fresh one, I used to put on my face. I was yellow, so sometimes my workspace is in the dark, so that's good, because we used to work in the dark, so a patient didn't see my yellow skin. But if you work in an office or something, you can cover with makeup if you don't want to have any more questions like what's yellow on your skin. But I was at that point, I was so desperate. I didn't care how I look. I just need to put it there because I know it was healing for me. Especially turmeric is good when you have like this pustules, when the inflamed area. It worked for me wonders, because it's such a astringent. And sometimes when I didn't have the root, I put a little bit, I think I put some on Instagram, I put a little bit of the powder, a little bit of the water, and then I put it just like only on the spot. And that worked as well, very good. Green tea is wonderful. Green tea, either it's the matcha, or any green tea is wonderful. It's rich in antioxidant, polyphenols. We all should be eating really high, a lot of greens, like from even making tea, or having parsley on potatoes, or having basil in your pasta. All these little greens, they are high in polyphenols, and we should be as well eat spices. I know that like spicy food, different is spices and spicy food. I'm not talking about cayenne pepper, but I'm talking about spices like sweet paprika is not, it's not spicy. And things like spices, because the studies showed that people who are eating meal without spices and meal with spices, they were measuring inflammatory markers, and they found that the people with a meal with spices, they had lower inflammatory markers. I think it will be different. Again, we have to now, this is, I'm talking general. We have to now, with rosacea, see which spices I can have, which spices I cannot have. Maybe I cannot have a cumin. Maybe I cannot have coriander. Whatever. We have to find ourselves. But we know that it's really anti-inflammatory. So when you're following the anti-inflammatory eating, and as well the omega-3 fatty acids, I talk about it on Monday. It's just so important. And actually, as my colleague was saying, that she is prescribing to everyone with ocular rosacea the omega-3 fatty acids, then we know that this is the lead as well. That can be as well root cause for all these inflammation that's happening in the body. So salmon, mackerel, these all are really good fish, rich in these good oils. On other hand, that's why I'm talking about takeouts, because takeouts will be high. I think most of the time they high in omega-6 fatty acids. So if you eat a lot of takeouts, even it's a good meal, but they pour on it all these cheap oils that are like soybean oil or even canola oil, this will not be good for us. And so what I want to mention in this as well is the processed red meat is really pro-inflammatory. So the sausage and hot dogs is better to be avoided. As well, like the elimination diet eliminates the stuff that I told you before. So the sugar, the gluten, the alcohol, corn, soy, sometimes eggs, and sometimes dairy. Those are, and then are the nightshades, and now the histamine food is all the but you can't do everything at once because it's not livable and it's not safe. So that's why I'm talking just the main pillars, the main trigger. But because I can guarantee you that if you really limit all these three triggers, the sugar, the gluten, and the alcohol, your life will change dramatically, because you will balance your sugar levels, and you will just have instantly less inflammation. And so I would like to encourage you really to make sure that you are, with little meal prep, you can avoid this inflammatory inducing food, and really fresh plant based options are better for you. And so next point, so that was the food, that was the going out with the light. And then it is the food. We're talking about the food the whole week. I can talk about gut health for hours. We don't have time for that, but really just remember sugar, gluten, alcohol are the main triggers. And so I would love now to talk about movement, because how is movement related to rosacea? Sometimes you go outside, you run, and then your face is red. Yes, because if you are, if you are histamine sensitive, which many of us are, I was as well. But when I heal my gut, I can tolerate much more many things. And so, the histamine is like you're filling your bucket. So you eat some food there, eat some food there. And then because exercise as well producing histamine, this is like cherry on the top. And so we need to exercise. Some people saying, well, I should not exercise. No, we need to exercise. You need to exercise. But in general, well, we know we should exercise, but why don't we? So even when we have the best intentions, we sometimes struggle, and it's because it's how we are evolutionary really predisposed. We want to conserve energy. So don't be hard on yourself. This is not your fault. Our ancestors really exerted so much energy gathering, hunting, and they needed the rest in between. So we really we make up to really save energy, but we don't live this anymore. We have supermarkets full of stuff, and we don't need to hunt and gather. And so, but because of this, it's not really our natural inclination for exercise, to exercise for health alone. But in this case, I have to encourage you, because exercise is good for mitochondrial health, is good for your muscles. If you have better muscles, you will have better insulin resistance, and then you have less inflammation and better skin. You see how it goes, how it's all. That's why like healing rosacea is not only taking antibiotics and put the creams. It's one of the things, but people will not see results. They will not find the root cause if they will only apply antibiotics and put the creams, because it's just you don't look for the things that causing the problem. And so exercise will really help you to improve many things. It will help you as well just feel better, and as well it will make you smile more because of all these endorphins that you can create. And so so we know that it's not your fault, your ancestor fault. It's a good thing because they have to really save the calories they were burning during when they were moving all around. And so our instincts is really to save energy. However, as I said, it's not longer serving us. So we have to really just be better. And so the thing is that, we live in the world that really encourage inactivity. We go for dinner with friends. We invite friends for gathering in our house, and we sit. We are watching TV, and we when we work, we sit. I don't know what is your work, but majority of us sitting. Right? I'm sitting now talking with you. I guess you are sitting as well. I'm sitting in my work when I'm medical practice. Like, this is our lifestyle now. So I know that many people having now standing desk, which is much better. And so I just want to encourage you to really just keep this in mind, that even if you want to heal rosacea and you think how it's movement related, yes, it's time to think differently about physical activity and your healing journey, because it's really it's related. And we know from studies that the physical activity is essential part of preventing the disease, but as well helping to improve the chronic disease. So it will help you not only to heal, but as well stay healthy. And not only rosacea, but we know again from studies, it's all science that I'm talking here, that a regular physical activity really has been shown to reduce morbidity and mortality, many chronic diseases, from heart disease to diabetes, to colon cancer, to high blood pressure, and as well other cancers like breast, colon, and endometrial. So this is something that we have to really start thinking differently. And for start, just consider. I would say, you don't need to go crazy. You don't need to go do CrossFit. I'm not talking about this type of exercise. You don't need to start doing marathons. What I'm talking about is that consider exercise that can be anything that you do is just not sitting down. So movement is exercise, from doing chores around the house to walking around the block with your dog, or walking just like that with the podcast in your ears. Any type of movement is very, very helpful. And that's for, you don't need to go to gym to do physical activity. I'm asking you to do something that you can do today. You can today, after we finish this call, you can, if you're not working, you can go around the block. If you're working, you can do that afterwards. But you already know that how important it is to exercise for health, I'm sure. But now is the time when you have to really apply it. You put some intention, because it doesn't help if we know this stuff if we don't do that. So everything that I'm talking this week, I want to really encourage you to do the work and do the at least a little bit of each day we talk, because I always compare it to if you have books with yoga. If you have bookshelf and it's filled with yoga books, and you don't practice yoga, you will not know how to do yoga. And this is always the same thing. We have to put these things to practice. So you can have all the cookery books in your shelves, but if you don't cook the meals, your body will not have benefit from the nutrients that you can provide for your body. And so same is with exercise. Doesn't matter what you do, but it's key to find something that you enjoy doing and do it every single day. It can be gardening, dancing, natural walk, swimming, bike riding. The options are endless. Just find something that you like doing. And really, the key is to do that every single day. That's basically what is important, because it doesn't help if we are just exhausted once in a month with some really huge exercise, but then we don't do anything else during this month. So something little every single day. And I know it's hard, because I used to run a lot before when I was younger, and then I stopped. And I know that it's like anything, it's a muscle, and that we have to train. But believe me that when you will start moving, you will feel better and better. Just put a little bit into your schedule, and put it even in your agenda, that like 5 minutes walk, put it there, because if it's there, it's a reminder, and you most likely do that. Because if we don't put things into agenda, it's always something more important in our life. So this is important for you if you want to really do something, some healing here. So I would definitely do that. And there is extensive research about this. There's that the reports that apart from smoking, being physically active is not the most it is the most actually powerful lifestyle choice. I think that was their so we can eat kale all day long, we can have all these good food, but if we don't use the muscles, we will not improve our health to the degree that we will be satisfied, because we need these muscles to because the muscle mass influence is an endocrine organ. It's influence how our hormones are and everything else. So this is something that I have to encourage you. And so what you can do, you can park a car further from your destination. So what do we do always? We go to the supermarket, we go somewhere to the shop, and we park the car closest to the entrance. So try to park somewhere far, because that way you have to walk these steps. Oh my gosh, it's so much time, we have so much to do. And so I tell you story quickly. There was I don't know if you are familiar with Blue Zones from Dan Butler. The Blue Zones is, he basically went around the world and figured that people who are having healthy living and they eat certain food and then live certain life, he find places where there's a lot of centenarians, so over 100 years old. And so there is Italy, a little village in the Sardinia, and because that's a blue zone as well. And all these old ladies, they are living really on the top of a hill, and they were thinking like they have to walk that hill every single day. And because they have to walk this every single day, they have no choice. You have this exercise if you want or not. And so that's another reason. I know so many stories when people really move, and because we know now as well that exercise as well will help you create better gut microbiome. That's another study which is not related to rosacea, but it's related to just microbiome generally. And so again, how it's all linked together. And so first thing, park the car somewhere far that you can just walk, and or just play with the kids. Always I did the same, of course. I'm not pointing fingers because I'm the one who always I'm trying to walk and talk the talk, but jump and fun with the kids in the playground. I see the kids are playing in the playground, and then the parents are sitting on the phone. So try to walk around or just play with them or something. So you push yourself a little bit, like, no, I'm not sitting, I'm standing, because even the standing while you are on the phone with someone, this will make a difference. Or while you're watching TV, maybe stretch or do some exercise, like little, just by the TV, or take the stairs. Those are little things that make a big difference in the long run if you really apply them every single day. And so instead of setting unrealistic fitness goal, I don't want this, make priority to really get up and move every 1 hour. And so really exercise will release this feeling good chemicals like endorphins and serotonin. And this as well will help you when you look at the mirror, you will be more able to do the hack for yourself, and help you with this depression and maybe anxiety that you might have. And again, any activity will do, and the key is just sticking to it. It will just make you more positive. This will help you to make better decisions and really go to that waters that you don't feel comfortable. It's all linked. This is the reason why I'm telling you this today, because it's significant. It's very important. Another one that I want to talk about very quickly is sleep. Sleep is we know that it goes to every aspect of our life. Sleep is influencing our is linked to metabolic health, is as well influencing our skin health. Every single cell will be either suffering because we don't have enough of sleep, or we know that the mental issues, trouble concentrating, mood changes, weakened immunity, high blood pressure, weight gain. I say always, people, I have clients that she didn't do anything, she just improved her sleep and she lost 20 pounds. and really increase of diabetes and heart disease, which is all linked to rosacea. Weakened immunity. We know that we have to work on immune system when we have rosacea, and that way we have to work on all these aspects, because immune system again is influenced by everything: what we eat, how is our gut microbiome, what we think, if we stress, if we sleep. So sleep is something that I want to give you again some tips to really that you can improve it. And not only that sleep has physiological kind of impacts and risks, but as well psychological. So if you're already sad or depressed or have anxiety with sleep disturbances, this can really can go even worse. So I want to encourage you really to look in that area, how you can improve it. And getting less than 7 hours of sleep regularly can really to lead to any condition that you don't want to have. And rosacea is definitely one of the issues that sleep is absolutely critical to have in place. That was my trigger as well. I didn't sleep for a very long time, and I think only when I start sleeping and I was applying the other, as I told you, it was a puzzle. I can't tell you what was the biggest piece, because they have to only work together. So it was the diet, it was the gut microbiome, the insulin resistance, the stress, the sleep, the connection, how you talk to yourself, the self-love, the the emotional healing, like from the past traumas. It's just all these things goes together. So I really want to encourage you, prioritize your sleep. Just go to bed earlier than usual. Usually people usually go between 10 and 11 and wake up between 6 and 8. But whatever works for you, but really try to do 7 or more hours, and you'll see how it goes. And of course, there's a few issues. Either there are sleep issues that are when you are falling asleep, or issues when you're waking up. We all talk about it in the program, how to improve it and what to do. But I just want to tell you today how to really improve your good night's sleep, because it's one of the most factors of influencing your mood, your longevity, cravings, and skin health as well. Just good health, because that's what we want, right? Because we know that rosacea is systemic chronic disease, and we need some comprehensive tools to really make it better. And so as well, without sleep, you really can't make good decisions. So we all talk about this movement. Of course, if you have not good sleep, you will be not having idea, and you will not having the will to go and cook nice meal for yourself. You will not like to go outside and have a run, or just having a walk. So it's essential pillar of health. So there are a few tips. First thing, try to limit. This is so many times I found be true for so many people. So they struggle with sleep, and they having caffeine really late at the afternoon. So if sometimes you can test for it how sensitive to caffeine, but you can just, without testing, you can find out for yourself. Try to limit caffeine past noon. I have this one client, and she was always struggling with sleep. And then we talk about caffeine and black tea. She said, "Oh yeah, at 5." I said, "Well, that's too late." And we moved it before noon, and it was game changer for her. So think of caffeine for you, if that is something that you can improve. So caffeine before past noon is no go. Try it for 1 week, and let's see how you are. So what I talk about circadian rhythm in the beginning, and what is really important to go to bed and wake up in the same time each night. So it's very unhealthy, and you will create the sleep disturbances if one day you go to bed at 8, and one day you go to bed at midnight, one night you go to bed at 10, and then again at 1 o'clock. Try to really stick to your bed routine as best as you can, as well at the weekends, as well as the holidays, because this is how you create the circadian rhythm that will really serve you so well. And this is one of there was a study done when they did the camping. I don't know if I can find the study. It was a long time I read it, but they did a camping experiment. So it was it was actually with night shift worker, if I remember well. So night shift worker went camping, and after 2 weeks, they all had their circadian rhythm in place, because they didn't use an electronic, and they just follow the diurnal, the when the sun goes on in the morning and sun goes down in the evening, and they just have a really perfect sleep after 2 weeks. So it is possible. I just want to encourage you. You're probably doing things. Some people are anxious, so for that is as well good journaling. So really, like, taking everything what's here, put it on a paper. There is a lady, she wrote a book about it, and she said, I love it. She said, but when you do journaling, like when you, like, not things, when you nicely write. No, I don't mean that. I mean really to write everything, all your complaints that you would not say to anyone. You just put it on the paper, and then just hide it somewhere that nobody sees it, because it might be it might hurt someone. But it's important to be really honest with yourself and put it all on the paper, because the paper can take anything. And so it's something that I can tell. If someone is interested, I can find the book, the name, if it's you. But really, only if you just do the journaling. I've seen ladies telling me that this was really as well so helpful for them, because they have like this train station, everything in the head. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, he was so not nice to me, and all these, like, and they cannot fall asleep because they are overstimulated, they're overtired. And if you don't start at some point with some step, this will just keep go this will just goes on. This will be keep coming. So journaling is very important. And an hour before bedtime, really just create some calming routine, reading, meditation, or taking a bath. I have here the salt, the Epsom bath. This is great. You can put some lavender oil. You can ask Nicole for essential oils. She's great. She's a master. I would love to interview her at some point, because she's doing great. She is doing great education about the essential oils, and she advised me to use the lavender, which I love. And even especially if for calming down, lavender is really good. So that's really important. Don't leave any discussion for before bedtime, because this will make you stressful, and it will be very difficult to calm you down. And really try to refrain from using electronic devices. I know it's hard, because we all having this thing before we go to bed, because we have to check the last work and all that. But really, if you don't struggle with sleep, it's okay, you can do that. But if you want to improve your sleep, this is something that you have to just take away from your bedroom, actually. And as well, first of all, you stimulate yourself in many ways as well. The blue light, as you know. So I would switch it to the kind of night mode that you have. You can do it on the phone. Either it's a black screen or it's a night mode, and really just take it away, because it will be really, again, game changer. Like, these things are so simple. I'm not not explaining the whole week. I'm not telling you something that is hard to do. It's just hard to do the first step. It's always the same. I have so many people who joined and who did the work, said, I was so worried because I didn't know. You don't know what's in front of you. And I do understand, but I'm telling you that from 10 years now, experimenting and helping people, it's just, and functional medicine is based on that, teaching and using nutrition and lifestyle as a first line intervention. Of course, you can do testing and all that, but we can go so far without testing and without all these other modalities. That, of course, sometimes we need antibiotics, no question. But as I said, we can do so much. So another one is fasting. I think I'm not talking about fasting today. I will talk about fasting tomorrow, how that is helpful. It's not for someone who has really low BMI and who is very skinny. But last thing I want to tell you is our environment and our relationship. We're already overweight. Overtime, but I just want to tell you this quick, because we carry on tomorrow on. I will give you the whole bucket of things that you can start applying today, and so be there. It will be all the journey how you can do it yourself, or you can, of course, join us in the program. But if you don't join, if you think you can do it yourself, I will give you just like summarize the roadmap, how to do it. And so, like, we don't realize that, but the strength of your relationship affects your mental and physical well-being, period. It's just so strong that I told you about this Lisa Ratkin as well. She is a medical doctor, and she did this extensive research on relationship, on happiness, how people, how communities are so helpful, because the lower rates of anxiety and depression, it gives you a high self-esteem. It will help you with greater empathy. It will as well, you faster recover from disease. Actually, I have the book here somewhere, and actually I have it here. I show you. I met this doctor on the here. So that's, I'm reading it now, the Compassion Connection. It's amazing how compassion actually can heal us, help us heal. And this doctor, I met him in David Reiko. He's from New Mexico, and he published a book about it, because I know that's why I'm talking about one of the pillar, because that's why I told you how important is to surround yourself with people that will support you and help you, because this healing chronic disease can be really a very lonely place, because nobody else will understand, even with chronic disease, but doesn't have your mindset. If you have two people, one with rosacea says, well, I nothing will help me, I will just live with it until end of the day, and coming back from the doctor for antibiotics. And with your mindset, when you know that you want to unlock this healing potential, and you know that it's there for you, you just have to do the steps and really find how far you can heal your skin. Even that will, so if that's why it's so important to find people that will just embrace, support, and guide you, and really support you. And we know that loneliness can lead really to disturbed sleep patterns, to elevated blood pressure, increased stress. And so loneliness really, as during COVID, was really tragedy for many people. And as well, loneliness has negative effect on immune system. Again, immune system is something that we always have to think when we want to heal rosacea, because we know that our immune system is some kind of altered of this. So and just something that we know that if you feel lonely, it's just decrease the overall sense of contentment. So, and as well, researchers, they find out that the social connectivity and psychology is psychological nutrient. And I can just agree with that, and really drives the well-being. That's why I talk so much about this as well. In my whatever program I run, we have meditation and we have breathing techniques, and we have a group of people that they just in tune with each other, because we on this journey together, as I did my journey as well. I would never be sitting here if I didn't have rosacea myself. I would never be able to understand this, because I would say, well, how you can do this? Like, how you can heal? Like, tell me, like, scientifically. Well, there is no such a science. That's why it's so controversial, and that's why the dermatologists will not tell you, because it's not there black and white. But mark my words, it's coming, because we know all this other stuff. We know the gut axis connection, just nobody yet put it in the place. And maybe you'll be first to do that. I wish, because this will be amazing if we can prove that there is a way, and it will be not only 10 people, 100 people, but 1,000 people and 10,000 people and millions, that it can really do the work, because there's too much suffering. And so I just want to share with you one last thing about today's healthy habits. Of course, there's other healthy habits, but I just want to pick the ones that you can really start practicing from today. And that is, the science show us that that practicing loving kindness meditation triggered cascade of health benefits. So I want to share with you. Actually, this one is from Yoga here when I was going in New York, and luckily enough, she gave me this paper, but I was reading somewhere else something similar. So I said, oh my gosh, this is just so nice, because in this study that they did, they was telling people to be focusing on sending compassionate thoughts to a loved one. So may she or he will be filled with loving kindness. May he or she will be well. May he or she will be peaceful and at ease. And may she or he be happy. When we do that, immediately, I feel it now, like I immediately feel like warmth in everywhere in the body. And so that's what we start, and then we can do us as well. May I be filled, and you do that a few times. And then what is really hard is you can do the direct loving kindness to someone that you have conflict with. Maybe you didn't talk with someone for many years, and you just do it for the person. And what happens is you might feel some resistance, but this is very powerful, and you will just be amazed with what happened when you're really doing this with open heart, and when you do it genuinely. This goes a long way, and it's scientifically proven. Now we know that the way how we think about each other and how we think about ourselves can really drive our physiology. It's extensive research why yoga and these ancient practices, how why they work. I mean, with yoga, with yogis, and we can really rewire our brain. And I was so, blindfolded as a medical doctor. I thought that everything we have to treat with a pill. But then the rosacea for me was just really wake up call. And I'm so happy I got sick, because it just gave me so much that I am much richer now. And I want to give you this today. So just quick recap. We talk about circadian rhythm. So go outside a little bit in the sun. We talk about exercise. You don't need to go and do on treadmill, but you just can go outside and do little walk. Sleeping, very super important. We talk about it extensively in the programs, but I just want to give you now that you know what to do. Fasting I will talk about tomorrow, and relationship and practicing loving kindness is just so important. And as I told you before, I told you yesterday, I was waiting for this moment over 10 years. And I was sharing with you yesterday that I invited you to this rosacea healing journey. And that's where I'm opening my arms to you and welcome you, and come with me on this journey for 12 months, where you will be put in this container of healing. I've never done anything like this in my entire career. This is the first time I'm launching the Rosacea Healing Program, and it's really about giving you expert guidance, the support, the mentorship, and it's all focused on health and really healing your skin. And it depends on you how far you want to go. And because we know we all want to be happy, we want to be healthy, we want you have nice skin. We don't want to live with rosacea, but generally very few people actually achieve that. And so I know that generally with chronic diseases, we know that support and having the guidance is super important, because we need this path that someone will guide us. No, come back here. We walk this way. And without this, we just floating, as I told you yesterday, in the life. And I know that you've been through a lot, and that you've been a lot of, I went, my friends are dermatologists, so I didn't spend much money on the doctor appointments, but I spent some money on other stuff like cosmetics. I just was buying everything and nothing worked. So I know that you spend a lot of money already. And and we don't, as a doctors, we don't give much support, because first of all, some people some doctors still they don't have this knowledge of the lifestyle as an intervention. The nutrition, the gut health, the sleep optimization, the exercise, the meditation, and all these things that can really change and transform the life and really improve the disease. And not only rosacea, actually, any chronic disease. And of course, I'm not saying the antibiotics are sometimes very necessary. But what I'm saying is only taking antibiotics, it's not going to change your life, because with antibiotics, we just, maybe remove the unwanted bacteria, but we need to feed the good ones. It's just so complex. Nothing will change. And you can do all the treatments, lasers, but if you still have inflammatory state inside, nothing will gonna happen. And that's why I waited so long. I was waiting until science catch up, and now we have proof that there is gut axis, gut skin axis, and then we can with lifestyle influence our genetics and overall health. So it's all there. It's just that I learned it hard way, and I focus on helping people for a decade now, and I'm here to teach you as well. And I know it works because I'm a living proof of it, and I have patients that really worked wonder. It works wonders, and I just want to give you some hope that you can heal rosacea. I was so advanced that they told me I only can get better with antibiotics. My face was so bad. I really regret I didn't took more pictures, because I took some pictures, but because I never thought I will heal. I didn't think I could heal. I just thought, well, I do some things, and and from that point I was just doing things and keep doing them, because then I was so passionate about a functional medicine and an integrative approach that I just was no go back. But I just want to tell you that if you do the things that we talk about, and you will just do the practices that we know that works really, all from this integrative approach and functional medicine principles, you will be amazed what will happen in your body. And so I'm here to help you to do the same in your own life. And so if you want, you can check the link below. I know it will be not for everyone, but I would love to help everyone. And by the way, it's just $179 a month. I know most of you, when you go to functional medicine doctor, the price just for one session is around $500. That's why I want, I know it's insane. I want just help everyone, every single person on the planet, to be able to access this healing work, and really this foundation that we can create for ourselves. And I know it can be scary, to say no to donut and no to glass of wine, but when we do and we complete, I can guarantee you, when you complete this work, you're going not only heal yourself, but you will impact as well your families. You will just have a happier life. That's what happened to me as well. I was a people pleaser. I was always complaining. I was always stressed, and I'm just a different person. I'm just so grounded. I'm just so happy. And my life changed. Not only I heal rosacea, but I'm just so happy and healthy person. So I just want the same for you. And it took me 10 years of researching, studying functional medicine and integrative nutrition, but I know that it can help you, because it helps so many others. And so things like what is anti-inflammatory diet, what exactly to take, how come the sugar creates inflammation, how to do that, how to improve the metabolic health, how to focus on the skin as well, how to do the lymph drainage, how to improve the gut microbiome, and how to restore really the skin from inside out, because that's how you heal. You heal from inside out. I have with other client, I was talking today actually. So her skin improved, but still she has some of these like different lesions. She said, it's not rosacea anymore, but I have all these spots that looks different. I said, well, you have to take time, because now you see that you were able to do that, but it took me, I was actually recalling today, and it took me, so I healed 10 months took me, or a year, 10 months took me to heal these huge inflammatory lesions everywhere. But then what happened, it was like changing, and I had the other lesions on my skin. That was my redness, but it just disappeared. It was just skin was dealing with the change, because suddenly I said, oh, it's a different environment here. Maybe because we know with breathing techniques, pH change. And so all these things that after decades of researching, experimenting, and teaching others, I want you to do the same. And I literally pulling the curtain back. So be tomorrow here, be active in the videos, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow here. And if you have any questions about anything, and if you have the courage join the program. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. You will be a different person, and I would so be happy to help you. So let me know if you have any questions. And I'm seeing you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.